Hello children. In continuation with the previous lecture where we have discussed about Hardy-Weinberg's equation and how that equation came into picture, what is the allelic frequencies which we are going to take under consideration in that kind of equation, we have discussed in that particular lecture. Now, what does this Hardy-Weinberg's equation say? It says that the gene pool remains constant throughout the generation. That is, generation after generation in a population, gene pool remains constant. Now, this is Hardy-Weinberg's equation. But there are certain factors because of which this equilibrium can change or can disturb. Let us look into those factors today. The factors which affect the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium are: first one, gene migration or gene flow; second, genetic drift, mutation, genetic recombination, and natural selection. Let's take them one by one. When we talk about gene migration and gene flow, see, now here we are having two population. One population with purple color beetles, another one with brown color beetles. Now if there is a gene flow, there is a migration from one population to another population. That means a member from a population comes to another population. Definitely that member will carry its own genetic material. Thus, what will happen? The member which is coming to the new population will increase the gene pool of that population. On the contrary, from the other population from where the beetle is coming, there is reduction in the member. So, the amount of gene pool or the amount of gene pool gets reduced in that population. So, here there will be a change in Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. Second factor is genetic drift. Now, in our previous classes, we have studied about genetic drift. What is genetic drift? Definition, if we talk about, it is a sudden change in the frequency of the genetic material because of an accident or an incident. If you remember, we had an example that there is a farm with red color and blue color beetles. Both of them do not have any kind of survival benefit, but by chance if an elephant walks through that farm and it just crushes only blue color beetle, in a long run population of red color beetles will increase and blue color beetles will reduce down. So this is a sudden change in the frequency. This change will also affect the Hardy-Weinberg's equation. That means if blue color beetles are crushed more by the elephant or by any kind of accident, what will happen? The amount of genetic material in those members will be finished, that will be reduced. So overall in a population, there will be definite change in the genetic amount. There will be change in the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. Next one which affects the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium is mutation. Mutations and recombinations. When we talk about mutations and recombinations, we are talking on the genetic level. We are talking about changes happening in the genes. Because of any mutation, if a nucleotide is reduced, the amount of genetic material is reduced, or because of any mutation or recombination, the amount of genetic material increases. So definitely it is going to impact the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. So in that case also there will be a difference in the frequency when we talk about the gene pool of a population through Hardy-Weinberg's equation. So these are the three factors. First one, the migration, the gene flow, genetic drift, mutation and recombination. One more factor which will affect the Hardy-Weinberg's equation is natural selection. When we talk about natural selection says that the nature will select the best. We have just dealt with it with Charles Darwin's law, survival of the fittest. So if an organism is fit, if an organism can adapt to the natural environment well, that is selected by the nature, and but natural, its generation will keep on growing, and that variation is going to pass on from one generation to next generation. Now when we connect natural selection with Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium, we have three types of natural selection seen. First one, stabilization curve. Second, directional change. And third is disruptive curve or disruptive change. Let's have a look at the graph of all the three. First one, when we talk about stabilization selection, that means here it is the representation of the whole population genetic material. Now, once the population is going through a change around the natural change happening around it, nature is selecting the average characters of the individual. That is why there is a peak in the center. This peak is neither moving on either side, it is moving in middle, it is growing from the middle. That means natural selection is done on the average character of the individuals of a population. So the peak is in the middle. Such kind of curve is called as stabilization curve, stabilization selection. Second, this is called as directional change or directional curve. In this case, what is happening? The character which the nature is selecting is one character. Now, variation will be there in the population. Now, in this curve, what is shown that among the various variation, the nature is only selecting one type of character. That is why this curve is moving on one side. It can move on this side also, it can move on other side also. But nature is not selecting the mean one, the mean average character. It is selecting the only one character. That is why the curve has moved towards one side. Such kind of change is directional change. Next one is called as disruptive selection or disruptive change, where the characters which the nature selects are extremes. They are not in the middle. They are present on the extreme sides of the middle average character of an individual. Here the nature is selecting two extreme characters. That is why you can see two peaks. Such kind of selection is called as disruptive selection. So, when we talk about Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium, the factors which affect this equilibrium are, let's revise it out, there are five of them. One is gene migration, which is shown by this process. Next one is genetic drift, which is shown through this process. Another one is mutation and recombination. It is mutation and recombination. And when we talk about natural selection, we are talking about three types of natural selection: stabilization, directional change, and disruption. So here, stabilization curve, where the nature is selecting the mean value; directional curve, where the nature is moving away from the mean value; and disruptive selection, where nature selects extreme characters. That is why two peak formations occur in the calculation, in the frequency of the genetic pool of the population. This is Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. Thank you.